is with us today, and you can see more of those hilarious kids that you just watched.
So cute.
I talked to them yesterday, and you'll see them on the premiere of Kids Say the Darndest Things this Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. So watch that. And let's go right into Hot Topics. Some Democrats say they have found their smoking gun in the investigation into whether Trump withheld security funds from the Ukrainian president unless he agreed to dig up dirt on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. In a text exchange between State Department officials working for Trump, Ukrainian diplomat Bill Taylor appeared to be responding to Trump's request to hold back the money by texting, quote, "As I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign." Follow? Okay.
Yeah.
So is this the smoking gun? It's in writing now.
Yeah, it is in writing. I mean, I assume he's going to testify also, and I think what people need to understand is his background. I mean, this is a career diplomat. He worked for 4 administrations. These other people that were on the phone, one had never really been a diplomat. He was a mega donor to the Trump campaign. He donated about $1 million, maybe a little bit more. This is Gordon Sondland. Right. He's the current U.S. ambassador to the European Union. And it's clear that he was trying to instruct the other 2 who had a lot less experience that, listen, this is not what we do. I find this crazy. And what's interesting is the pushback that he was getting. The response was like...
let me read that.
Yeah,
that's from Sondland.
Yeah.
So this guy is saying, I don't think you should withhold the money. That's a quid pro quo. Gesundheit. So the other guy, Sondland, writes back, "Bill, I believe you are incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear, no quid pro quos of any kind. The president is trying to evaluate whether Ukraine is truly going to adopt the transparency and reforms, blah, blah, blah. I suggest we stop the back and forth by text."
And by the way, that response was 5 hours later.
Right. So one is saying...
Yeah, but that last part is so important. Let's stop putting this in writing. Let's stop giving you guys receipts, and let's go to a place where you're not going to be able to show this to a whistleblower, to Congress. Yeah. And look, I think...
the CYA test.
I actually think it's not a CYA, it's CYTA.
Yes.
Cover Trump's actions.
Yes.
Look, I think what we saw yesterday is what happens when the professionals get involved, right? Until right now, we have seen a lot of political appointees and people who've got a political agenda. People like Giuliani, people like Trump, people like Pence.
People like this guy Sondland.
Now we are seeing folks like Volker, another long-term career, officer and person who's worked on this field for so long. We're seeing this guy. We're going to hear from the ambassador who was kicked out because she wasn't lending herself to these things. So I think it's, I think
the Republicans, there's radio silence from the Republican Party. I'm just saying.
Not true. I have a list. Ben Sasse, Will Hurd, Mitt Romney, Pat Toomey, Grassley, Joni Ernst, Susan Collins, and every other.
Not since this?
Yes. I knew you were going to say that. That's what
Susan Collins have? I want to hear it. What did Susan Collins say?
Susan,
she's up for re-election
she stated
year.
that the whistleblower should be protected. Ben Sasse came out saying, "Hold up, Americans don't look to Chinese commies for the truth. If the Biden kid broke the laws by selling his name to Beijing, that's a matter for American courts, not communist tyrants running torture camps." And it goes on. So there are some people.
Yeah, but nobody's saying that he broke the law, that it's abuse of power, and he should be impeached.
What did Mitt Romney say?
Mitt Romney said it's troubling to the extreme.
Here's what I don't understand.
He said that 2 weeks ago.
I'm just saying that to say that no one's saying anything.
I know, but 10 things have happened since then. He needs to update his tweets.
I don't disagree.
But here's what I don't understand. What more do people that are standing by this need to know? What more do they need to see this as being incredibly serious? Because if you look back, he is now 3 times the president. Pushed another government to get involved in our elections. July 2016 said Russia should find and release Hillary Clinton's emails. July 2019 told Ukraine to investigate Biden. And then yesterday, he's just doubling down on this. And I think he's wanting to prove that Republicans will stand by, not all Republicans, but some will stand by him no matter what.
They will, because the base is standing by him.
But I was having this conversation with the producer, and she made a great point. She said, how are we going to explain this to people in 20 years? How, when they ask us, how did this pass as being okay when our democracy is in flames and some of these people are sipping their coffees in the morning like everything is just fine?
The answer
there's not a problem.
The answer is impeachment. The answer is Congress does its oversight job, which is their constitutional duty to impeach this president for these actions. That is the answer that we tell our children 20 years from now.
And
that's the answer.
But I think that, and I think you've even conceded that to get to the that's one thing. But even Rachel Maddow yesterday said she doesn't think that he's going to leave office through that vacuum.
Well, then
But
the Senate has to answer to
and they
their
won't,
children and
because-
grandchildren.
And that they won't, but they don't care.
But you know, the problem
But,
is nobody's
hold
thinking
on.
about legacy and nobody's thinking about children and grandchildren because they're thinking of a re-election in
Can I
14
say
months.
something
And that's cowardice. It's putting politics and party over country.
here's the thing. I don't
say
think that-
something really quickly
All
though
right.
on this.
Sure.
So over the weekend, Trump tweeted a tweet thanking President Xi and congratulating him on his legacy as president. And I had to restrain myself because I think what I would have said would have gotten me kicked off Twitter. And I never understood why any Republican wasn't supporting the protests in Hong Kong, because there are people, protesters in Hong Kong that have gotten very violent, trying to bring democracy, and they want autonomy
To
from
save
China.
democracy, there you
I
go.
didn't understand that. And then yesterday, you have President Trump going on TV and saying, Chinese, look into,
We're
come
gonna
on,
do that
China.
next,
Look,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun on
We're
this
going to do
one.
that next.
Well, but
But it'll be clearer for you when you see the clips of...
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that we were doing it next.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sorry.
I have just
Sorry,
one,
I'm sorry.
I have one thing I want to say before we go.
It's in conjunction to what we were talking
Yes, but we're going to go there, and you're going to be able to say
Never
it.
mind.
But here's the one thing I
great.
wanted to say about what we were talking about, because the base is not turning on him yet.
we know that.
Well, but they might want to. The media needs to stop doing Trump 24/7 and start talking about the fact that the economy is really slowing down. Jobs are slowing down. The farmers are in trouble. Manufacturing is taking a
The
dive.
economy's not slowing down.
Yeah, it is.
It's
The Dow
just
dropped
happening.
800 points in 2 days
The
this week.
economy's not slowing down. That's part of the problem.
But, Joy, if
it's
we
not a
weren't-
problem.
Agriculture is taking a hit. The farmers are in
It's
trouble.
just fake news. That's just fake news that the economy is slowing down. It's just fake news. It's part of the paradigm is why his base is still standing with him.
I'm not sure that the base is getting
He
the
put a tweet
benefit
out
of the
this morning
economy.
about it.
I don't know if the base is getting the benefit of the
But let
economy.
me say this, if we weren't talking about this,
Yeah.
nothing would be happening. It is very strange that in the Trump era, a subject matter lasts for 2 weeks. This has lasted for more than that, and that's the reason we are
right.
seeing...
They're playing the
Okay,
music
when
on
we
it.
come back,
coming out.
wait till you see how Trump is doubling
I
down
jumped ahead.
on asking other countries to investigate the Bidens.